Hey everybody, it's Dodge Sprinter 06 with 200k on the odometer. Dealing with rust today. Got the windshield coming out. You know, this van's been in a lot of rain over the last year, and now snow here in Nashville, Tennessee. But I brought it up from Louisiana. It was in Gulfport, Mississippi for many years. I think it was parked undercover by the previous owner. But, you know, I don't have a garage in Louisiana, nor here in Tennessee. So it's been pretty exposed over the last year. And, you know, it's taking a bit of damage. And there's been some touch-ups with silicone, but it's time to take it all the way out and check out any leaking. This van's been throwing codes kind of intermittently, and it doesn't run the greatest right now. It stays in limp mode most of the time when it gets started up in the cold. You know, a couple times recently I just get lucky and it can get going. Highway speeds, good acceleration, but most of the time it's throwing a code for the fuel rail, sensor malfunction, short to ground, short to battery, high and low voltages. So I got a different sensor coming, but you know, the forums are saying that that's not really the smartest thing. It's kind of hard to torque it down. We're looking at, I don't know if everyone's familiar, but we're looking at this sensor right here. That's the fuel rail pressure sensor. 3 wires coming out, and it's already been like kind of spliced open here to check voltages. So that could be a cause. But you know, it's pretty common to have wiring damage somewhere along all these zip ties. That I don't know what actually does it, the heat or just like the cracking dry cold for 20 years. Some of it seems to be a little aftermarket, some of these wraps. I'm not sure if this is OEM, this like rubber circle, and this was pinched in there pretty good, so I went ahead and pulled that off. I've never had EGR issues, but you know, I wanted to inspect that real quick, and it looks fine. But anyway, it's pretty constantly in limp mode, and just kind of doing the first part with getting it sealed up nice, no more water damage. And then from there, I'm going to move on to probing around some more. I need to inspect the grounds. This ground here seems a bit rusty, and that's probably pretty critical. Clean up the battery terminals. And then there's a big bundle, I think from the ECU, big bundle right there of grounds. I think it's all grounds, maybe a combination of ground and headlights and such. But that goes, it travels underneath those AC lines and goes straight down where a lot of the water will funnel. And it goes down to, let's see, where is that exactly? There's that white head right there. That's one of them. I think that's coming from a device. But you can see to the right of that, I believe those are all grounds. It's kind of hard to see, but you know, right there underneath this pipe right here is the exhaust for our mini heater. the engine bay heater. And underneath that little half circle is it's a drain, I think. So, kind of makes sense that a bit of rust on our grounds to the ECU could make some intermittent wiring issues, electrical issues. But I also really do need to get to this sensor and, you know, make damn sure that it's faulty or not, and move on, go like start digging into the harness if that sensor's fine. It's pretty common that it gets stiff and brittle right here, back here, behind the fuel filter, up top here as well. Pretty common where it splits over and runs on top of the air filters, the cabin air filter. I'm not sure what is in this bundle here, but yeah, I mean, maybe y'all can tell me if this is OEM or not. It looks kind of poorly done, to be honest. This one like wraps around here once and then goes down to, I don't even know what this whole system is, like an AC system, I think. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, some of that's been wet over time. So there's some cool tricks. I've seen some tools that you know, you can really track down some of these wiring gremlins pretty quick. But I'm not trying to pay $300 for this thing. I think my simple diagnosis should get me through, and then if not, I'm going to take it into a shop and have them just go through it. But yeah, first things first is this windshield and grinding around the sides, getting a pretty good surface. The glass guys are coming back in like 4 or 5 days later, 5 or 6 days later. So I'm gonna have plenty of time to prep. But I'll update you guys when it comes out and show you what I'm gonna have to do. And then, yeah, I plan on using OSFO to really seal off, to convert the rust. You know, there's been water coming in basically up top, dripping right onto the steering wheel sometimes. Sometimes it would drip like right here from up there somewhere. And then a lot of times it's also dripping right on the floor right there. So like, I've had a passenger in here before and it's just kind of a steady stream. So that's too bad, but we're getting through it. A little bit of the wiring here going to the ECU. Not sure how that looks to y'all. There's a bit of mods here. I don't know if some of that's new with that tag. But there's a bundle behind all that. It looks like it's a wrapped up, like excess wires, extra length or whatever. And there's, I think, this triple black wire. I think that's like a video feed from the DVD player up there, coming down to hit the radio, I think. But anyway, yeah, I pulled the floor out because I noticed that when it dripped in here, the water stays trapped under the mats. So I went ahead and got all that out. And these door panels, or sorry, the step panels. You gotta be careful with those screw plugs. That one broke on me. Not sure what this is. I think that might need filled. That's a hole. All these other ones are filled, painted over. I don't know what happened there. And I think this hole is a drain. At least I hope it is. So I'm gonna leave that one open. But, you know, a lot of this wiring's laying on the floor in here, under the seat. Which is a little concerning when you see water running and water would puddle right here. Pretty major puddles here. I hope underneath this flooring's not too bad. I don't know if y'all can tell me what this looks like to you. I haven't tracked down where it goes, but there's a mystery bundle here with 3, it looks just like OEM, like radio speaker or something. I don't, it's my first guess, but we got 2 of them here. Same things. Looks aftermarket. And this is probably the signal like control for that, the remote to turn it on. But yeah, just kind of going through it. Alright guys, windshield is out. It's bad, but not terrible. Doesn't need fully replaced, I hope. But there's definitely a good couple chunks missing here. That's a Bondo, or sorry, that's a JB Weld job for sure. Right there as well. Looks like a pinhole there. Looks okay along here. Some interesting channels here, some grooves that I'm not sure why they're there, if they're drain holes or not. But some residual silicone. They got it cut out pretty easily. He came in with like a spatula on a sawzall from the inside. And it's gonna come with a new gasket. So all that got trashed. Gone with that glass. But a little bit of bubbly rust up top here. A little bit of silicone. Yeah, I'm gonna start picking away at it. I'll get you guys an update soon. All right, guys, here's an update of the windshield. I was going at it with a wire brush, drill wire brush attachment, and a sander with some 60 grit and 80 grit. But I just had to go to the store and buy a grinder because this just isn't doing it enough. Just showing y'all condition. Down here's the worst part. A couple pretty good gaps, but that should be fine with JB Weld. Plenty of pitting. I don't know. I don't know what to do, if I'm gonna smear in JB Weld in all these little craters. Kind of don't think I will. I'll just put Ospo on top. That side's kind of flaky. super thin right there. This edge is really nice already. This is kind of where I was spending the bulk of my time so far. And up top, seems to be getting pretty good. I think really up top is gonna clean up nice, and the sides are gonna clean up nice. But this bottom, I just gotta be kind of careful with the grinder. Cause yeah, like this top edging is gonna pop out real quick. But the glass guy that came was real nice. He was talking to me about the OSPO and rust treatment. You know, he said this is bad, but not like the worst he's ever seen. So it's manageable. Just gonna take a bit of time. Luckily, we've got the sun now, and it's getting warmed up. But yeah, I'll update you guys after I get this thing going. A little update after some work on the edge here. Not a whole lot of rust left, but there is this residue. As you can see, quite a few holes here on this driver's side. But I've got a lot of bare metal exposed. Yeah, this side is definitely the worst. It comes down and all that just channels straight in there into the engine bay on that side, and then I'm not sure if going in that direction it goes into the dash or not, but yeah, you can see a bit of what I've got going on now. Bare metal, bare metal. Got a pinhole up here. Slight separation here. Gonna throw some JB weld in these holes, patch it all up, let it dry this afternoon, and tomorrow morning check on it again. Pinhole there, holes there. This side's okay down low. Couple tiny holes here. Going on up. This side's got a couple tiny holes here. But the rest kind of looks okay. But anyway, that's an update. I'm gonna clean out this dash a little bit more while I got some time. But like I said, I'm gonna JB weld for the next phase. Tomorrow we'll be letting that cure and sanding it back down a bit. And from there, tomorrow afternoon, depending on the temperature, I'm gonna paint on some OSPO to treat some of this rust. So yeah, wish me luck. Here we are.